specialty and certification courses: Pilates, group fitness training, and the mindfulness. Pilates certification. What is Pilates all about? There are 34 moves made by Joseph Pilates. They became very famous. Each one is taught as a beginner, as intermediate, as advanced. But of course, to be able to teach the Pilates method, you need to have good anatomy, good physiology, and proper technique. So we start in this course by giving first the information regarding the anatomy and the physiology and the history of Joseph Pilates and history of the exercise and the different moves and the alignment, and of course how to find the neutral position. And then after that we start the practical part. So you have self-study where you prepare these on your own, and we have live Zoom sessions where we meet and we review this material. Make sure you study it well before we start the practical part. And then we have life in gym. This is where we do practice. You start one exercise after the other until you are able to teach all the exercises. So you have to memorize the terminology, the method of teaching, the different cues, very important, the cues that are given in Pilates. Pilates is very good for the core, it's very good to protect from back injury. It can be given for personal training and group classes. In most gyms there is a group class, but a lot of people also give Pilates in private, because one-on-one you can really check the technique of your client and be careful how to teach and watch out for their actually if they have any back pain or injury. Okay, of course at the end the exam, you have a written exams, you have a midterm exam, you have a final exam, and you have a practical exam. Of course you'll be guided all the way through the course. We're always going to tell you what to study next, what is the next thing, and then we will tell you exactly what you're going to have in the exam, how to perform a session and teach the different classes. And remember, Pilates certification is accredited from SPI by the European standard, so EREPS, so people who finish, depending on the country of course, okay, then they can be registered in EREPS and receive a certificate as Pilates instructor as well. All right. Also, the same system, this Pilates is level 4 considered in EREPS. So we follow the methods according all the information required from EREPS. We also have the group fitness training, which is level 3 EREPS, also depending on the country. So they will be registered in EREPS or in REPS UAE, okay, group fitness training. This is for anyone who want to teach what we used to call aerobic classes. When you want to teach group fitness using music, what are the rules, how to teach a group fitness, which is different from teaching one-on-one, because one-on-one you're with your client and you can know exactly if the technique is correct, what to do. But in groups, you might not know if your client have an injury, some people have some pain. So to be safe, there are certain exercises we cannot do in group classes. How to use the music, how to use the voice, how to actually use a cueing in the direction and all of these in case the microphone is not working. And once you're using a microphone, how to speak in a microphone, and how to put the class from warm-up into basically the cardio session, into the muscle toning, and of course the cool down and the stretching. So all these are in the group fitness training. So there is a part of science and anatomy, and this is where we do it online. And of course, there is a practical part where actually we have to practice together and help you to put a choreography and teach you how to actually put a class and create your own choreography. Okay, so this is the group fitness training accredited as a level 3. Great. Mindfulness. With nowadays, people are so stressed. Every time they go to a doctor, a lot of people with migraine, with headaches, with stomach pain, the doctor would say that it's stress, learn a stress release technique. And then the first place they go is to the gym to exercise, because exercise is supposed to release stress. But you know, not all exercise is a stress relief. If you don't do the proper exercise, then exercise can be stress by itself. And at the same time, if you don't learn how the mind works and really help to calm down the mind, then you're always going to be stressed and release it in exercise. But we don't want to just to release the stress all the time. We want to cut down the stress and reduce it. So in the mindfulness, you learn about how the mind works, the monkey mind, and how it jumps from an idea to the next. And at the same time, it starts by a workshop, because if you want to coach mindfulness to your client, you want to make sure that you know mindfulness and you actually do mindfulness. And now research is showing scientifically how mindfulness works and how it affects the brain and how it's helping people release stress and actually live a better quality of life. So first of all, we start with a workshop where you actually try the different technique of mindfulness, mindful eating, mindful washing, mindful walking. And then after that, if you like it and you apply it, you can apply for the certification course where you learn what can you give your client, how to use your voice, what to say to actually guide your client into mindfulness, understand the philosophy, the science behind it, the neuroscience in the brain, so that you can explain it to your client, apply it on yourself, and help people reach a better living in the now method. Because now we hear people living in the now, the mind goes to the past, the mind moves to the future. How can you be in the now? There is a technique, just like you train to make your muscles stronger, there is a technique that helps the mind to be in the now, but you need to understand it and practice it. And this can be actually very beneficial for you and your client. So these three are actually certification courses, meaning there is an exam and there is also a practical part. And then once you're done, you get a certificate of achievement. Wonderful.